Who are they?
The top 1/10%.
What are they like?
These people are so posh and snobby, they're snotty.
That's Rich on the Mark Thompson Show.
What would you like? I ask you. Would you like I'm going to do them all. Okay, I don't want you to worry. You're not choosing an exclusive. You're simply choosing an order. And I'm going to ask Tony. Tony, I'm going to ask you. You want Kardashians or Bezos first? Wait a minute. I'm going to make it even harder.
Bezos it is.
Kardashians, okay. This is going to be like the optometrist's office or whatever.
We've tiered that one out.
Kardashians out. Now it's Bezos or Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh.
And if you don't answer immediately...
Let's see what Bezos is doing.
All right.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, Bezos it is. Let's do the Bezos story. So, Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos has a $500 million mega-yacht, as you know. Yeah. How big is your mega-yacht?
Not that big.
Yeah.
You're compensating for something with that big yacht.
What?
Do you really need that big of a yacht?
Man,
honestly,
that is.
I mean, does that say something about you? I'm just saying. I'm wondering out loud.
Maybe.
How would you handle this?
You know,
We could try ignoring it, sir.
he is the third richest man in the world. He found out this week that his $500 million schooner was too big to be moored with the other private yachts in Port Everglades, Florida, where he wants to moor it.
What?
Rich people problems. I'm telling you.
The
If it's
ship,
not one
which-
thing, it's another.
The ship stands at a staggering 416 feet. It had to be moored with oil tankers and other general container ships. Imagine, the horror.
Wait, his yacht is so big it had to go with the tankers?
Yes.
Wow.
A spokeswoman for the port said that it's in an area for huge ships. When we have large yachts that don't fit in your typical marina, we fit them where we can elsewhere in the port. Tony is showing you a couple of pictures of the mega yacht now. It's hard to see, but it is pretty mega, and it's very yacht. The ship is called the Kourou. It's named
See it
after
there with the cruise ships? There it is in front with the cruise ship and a tanker.
It left Gibraltar 2 weeks ago and arrived in Florida this past week. It was parked in the Port Everglades area, which is a major gateway for cruise ships and international trade, because South Florida's yachting marinas typically just can't accommodate any boat longer than 400 feet. Inspired by Black Pearl, which is the fictional ship in Pirates of the Caribbean, Kourou took 3 years to build in the historic port near Rotterdam in the Netherlands. And remember, to get it out, we told you the story of how they had to dismantle that bridge to literally get it out. It was too big to go under the bridge. Mm-hmm. So at Bezos' expense, they dismantled the bridge and then remantled the bridge. After that entire episode, it's too big to park here. At nearly twice the length of an Airbus A380, it is the second largest sailing ship in the world, Kim. Only Philippe Starck, only the Philippe Starck designed sailing yacht, A as it's called, owned by Russian fertilizer billionaire Andrei Mernachenko, is bigger.
Well, then he failed, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
I mean, if some other guy
has
has a yacht bigger than yours, I think,
he's a silver medalist, not bad.
If I'm Bezos, I'm feeling like that's not good enough. Build me a bigger one.
Well, you're very tough, Kim, as we learned. Yeah, but I think it's pretty strong as yachts go. But
this is the guy who is. I mean, just correct me if I'm wrong. Who the drivers for his company are not given breaks, so they have to take their restroom break and go into a bottle, right? Because they in the trucks, and they have a certain quota in the warehouse, so the workers are just worked to the absolute bone, and they're quitting because they're so exhausted.
I didn't know about these things.
They're not paid enough. The working conditions are troublesome.
This should have been a That's Rich story. Wow, I didn't know that.
And so we're treating the workers this way. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we have our $500 million yacht. Are you kidding me?
Kim, they're workers.
Outrageous.
Okay, that's the reason
Yeah.
you're treating it that way. All right, you know, if you want longer breaks, you know, start a company, become a gillionaire, and
Work
get
a
your
little
own
harder.
yacht. Yeah.
That's right.
The multi-billionaire has to pay staff to operate the Koru, the staff that Kim is talking about, the staff that doesn't get a break. How much annually does Jeff Bezos have to pay his staff just to operate the Koru? Oh, I don't know. That's my millionaire.
So you'd need a captain.
Yeah.
You would need a co-captain because, you know, the captain has to sleep. You would need housekeepers, a chef. I'm going to say you have a staff of probably, 10 people maybe?
I think it's more than that, actually. I mean, it's
You
a
think
huge
so?
ship. Yeah, I mean, remember, this is the staff for the whole year-round. And you have more than 10 people year-round to relieve. Look, even on our show, when Tony came, you know, we got Albert and Tony both. You know, I mean, I think it's way more than 10.
I don't know.
Let's just throw up some of the guesses. Let me just see what people are guessing in the chat. And feel free to guess if you're listening in delay, which most people do, I think. Feel free to throw it in there before I tell you the answer. I'm just curious what people are guessing. I see 2.3 million. I see 250,000 a month. Can anybody throw up there the 500,000 a month, said someone?
Pinky says 3.8 mil.
Yeah.
Debbie says 30. She thinks 30 people, a staff of 30 people.
Okay, fine.
Jim
30
says
people.
it's 810 million.
810 million for the year?
It says, I think it's like KGO 810 million.
Oh,
you know.
I see. Okay. Does anybody have real guesses, or is this? Are we just
Mackay
messing around
says
here? All right.
$8.10.
Okay. You know what? We can't have
Liz
nice
says
things.
10 million. Greg
Yeah,
says
whatever. All right,
50 million.
Oh,
you
gosh.
know.
All right. The actual retail price and the cost of running this ship, the multi-billionaire Jeff Bezos pays his staff on an annual basis to operate the Koru, $25 million, everybody. That's it. Yeah, 25.
Donna did say 20, so she was close.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, she'll get full credit then.
20 million a year? Wow.
Yeah, 25 million a year.
All right, 5 million a year.
So he also, as you know, has two mansions on Indian Creek Island, the Billionaire's Bunker, as it's called. That's where Ivanka Trump lives, along with Tom Brady and the guy who owns the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's what the rich in Florida are doing.
Pietro wants to know, no Prime Day deals for that? No?
Meantime, the New Orleans townhouse once owned by Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie lists in New Orleans for just over $1 million. It's a lavish New Orleans townhouse once owned by Brangelina.
That's it?
Well, let's learn about it. Built in 1828, the sprawling mansion boasts luxury amenities, including a private gym, marble fireplaces, and numerous balconies. I'm kind of with Kim. It seems like that's a low number. I mean it's a swanky spot.
Is it in the direct path of flooding or something?
Yeah, what's going on with that? Yeah. It was all part of their real estate portfolio, and then when they broke up, they've had to unportfolio the portfolio. It was purchased in 2006. That was the year after the two met. They met on the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the lavish mansion boasts a number of elite amenities, as they call it. It's found in the city's iconic French Quarter neighborhood. It looks nice.
It's pretty.
Now, remember, it's a townhome in there, okay? So that's not the whole townhouse, I don't think. Their neighbors include Beyonce, Jay-Z, Sandra Bullock, and John Goodman.
So it's not. Oh, that's pretty. So it's not a single family home. It's a, like
it's a townhome, which means technically, I think that there's right.
They share walls with other people.
How much in square footage though do you get? I mean, the answer is pretty amazing, I think. What's the square footage, do you think, Kim, of $1 million townhouse built in 1828 there in New Orleans?
I'm going 4,200.
Yeah, I would think that's a lot, but yeah, I think that's a. What's the square footage for $1 million townhouse owned by Brad and Angelina? The answer is surprising. It's big. Private home gym, crystal chandeliers, marble fireplace, lavish amenities, stunning living room, gourmet chef's kitchen, and 7,700 square feet. Wow, that's really that's big for $1 million. Get on it.
It'll sell for more than that. That must be the starting price.
Wow, extraordinary.
Yeah.
We're not done. No, we are not. The pictures are now coming out from inside one of the most expensive homes around. It's a $1 billion French chateau, beautiful gardens, a Greek theater, an Indian palace, and art that is worth millions.
This is more like it.
This is your style, Kim, would you say?
I mean, forget the $1 million townhouse. Bring me the $1 billion mansion.
A luxury real estate guru is who this guy is who owns it. It's a French chateau valued at $1 billion.
Yeah.
Eric Conover traveled to Normandy to tour this lavish Chateau du Champ de Bataille, which is owned by French architect and interior designer Jacques Garcia. The Baroque estate encompasses more than 300 acres of land, consists of 6 main structures, the chateau, the gardens, there it is. Tony
it looks like Versailles. Look at that.
Tony is sharing it with you now. It does have a Versailles. Look, there is the layout. You know, when you need, an updated map just to get to the greenhouse.
Wowzers.
That is, go back for a second, Tony. Can you go back for just 1 second? So it's Grotto, Indian Palace. So this is an overhead view for those who are just listening and not watching. Grotto, Indian Palace. These are separate areas, like huge areas of this place. The Garden, as it's called. The Greek Theater, as it's called. Then the greenhouse and the main chateau. It's stunning. As I say, 300 acres. Okay, you can let it run now. Thank you. Conover explained that he teamed up with the French real estate brokerage Barnes International to rent out the Chateau du Champ de Bataille. It's nearly impossible to put a number on the price of the estate, so I guess it now is just rented out for, I don't know,
How much does that cost? Wow.
Now, you want to see who owns it, there is a picture of the guy who owns it. Can you, if you go into the article, Tony, you'll find a picture of this guy. His name is, as I say, Jacques Garcia. And he purchased the home. There he is, ladies. I don't know if he's single, but ladies or guys, I don't know what his deal is, but I'll tell you something. He is wealthy. More than a century after it was built, the chateau was stormed and the furniture was sold throughout France during the French Revolution. The property went through various owners and even served as a field hospital during World War II. Then in 1992, Kim, Garcia, your future husband, rescued it from the rundown chateau it had become and dedicated the past 30 years to restoring it and filling it with priceless art that belonged directly to the French royal family. Look at that.
It's a labor of love.
$1 billion is what that chateau costs.
Is he selling it?
No, he's not selling it. It's just, this is actually
just renting it out.
I think it's rented for different events. And
I wonder
more than
how much
anything,
it costs to have your wedding there.
no one had really, I shouldn't say no one, but it's very seldom do you see inside it. So that's why we wanted to share it. This was a rare look inside it. And Tony's got a bunch of different pictures up there.
It's beautiful. That must be the Greek theater.
Yeah. Wow.
Get married at the Greek theater. You could have your reception at the Indian Palace.
This looks like where that...
The Bachelor?
No. Well, that too, yeah. But I was thinking one of the captain... What does Benedict Cumberbatch play in the superhero movies?
Doctor
Strange? Yeah, that looked like the Doctor Strange room where a whole bunch of. Anyway, man, it's
incredible.
Nice.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a look inside it, and we're glad that we could share it. If you talk about rich, that is mega rich. That is soaked in money and luxury.
It costs $21,800 to turn on and run all of the fountains on the property. I mean, just the fountains.
Well, it takes like a day to go around to all the switches to turn them on. You know, you need a semi-staff just for that. But wow, that is really
it's incredible.
It is. Would you say? I would say it. I mean, can I say it?
There's never been anything like this.
Yes, I think that it's fair. Thank you, Jim Slayton, for pointing it out. There's never been anything like that.
Secret doors too.
Yeah, you got to have secret doors. That's quite the palace. Holy crap, that's quite the place, says Debbie Constantino. One heck of a luxury hotel, said somebody else. Man, it's spectacular. All right, glad we could take a little... Steve Becker says, yeah, but good school district? Come on, Steve Becker, that's funny.
Listen to this. Inside of the one of the areas here is filled with statues of Greek gods with mirrors behind them and petrified wood lining the support columns.
Yeah, I think that's that circular thing that I thought was like Doctor Strange.
There are trees growing through the floor, statues, and a platform with an aerial view of a breathtaking garden. This place is wild.
Yeah. It's
40 bedrooms, 5 living rooms, 2 dining rooms in the main house. 40 bedrooms.
40 bedrooms.
I mean, you could really have a party.
It's fantastic.
All right, that's Rich for today.
More on how the other half lives
These people aren't just rich, they're crazy rich.
next time on The Mark Thompson Show.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.